Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending where you are. Welcome to another episode of Crypto Talks powered by Dxtalks. We're really happy to be in this episode 227, talking about the latest of the world of crypto, what's happening in the region, what's happening globally, what's the status of cryptocurrencies, what's the status of Bitcoin, and then how what to expect and everything related to that. So meanwhile, let's support us, if you don't mind, by sharing this feed on your social media and only pressing like. So with that, quick round of news and then we'll start. Indeed. So here we go. New format, a new way of, how do you call it, interaction on this platform. We had some issues to understand a little bit how it's working, but now we're fine. So we were able to grab an understanding of how this is working, and then how this new update is actually being, specifically because we had some integration issues also, so we needed to beef it up. We're trying to stream directly as we speak on Instagram also, so I would like to welcome the Instagram. Let me try to do that. Maybe it will get closer to the... Okay, here we go. This is for the Instagram views. So again, welcome back to this week 227th episode of Crypto Talks, empowered by Dxtalks. Here we go. Let's start. Today is really just a little bit recaps of fraud, as usual. Fraud. The more I wake up every day, the more fraud. We're talking fraud. And now, unfortunately, I'm being asked, and I will be on TV soon tonight to discuss about the latest crypto fraud used for illicit activities and for children being not abducted but molested, and part of a big gang that has been solved recently and caught. And so far we have more than 10 people in custody. So the first part of this is, this is all fraud, but they're using their crypto to money launder or to blackmail people so that they cannot be tracked. And this has to be stopped. Again, main events are numerous. We have FinTech, Dubai FinTech Summit that's happening as we speak. Such an event. This is the second edition. Amazing event. Precision Med, CXO Tech, Wiki Expo, Crypto Expo happening in Dubai on the 20th. We have AIM Summit. I'll be participating in 3 summits on the 18th, on the 19th, on the 22nd, and actually on the 23rd. I'll be receiving 2 awards in Dubai. So if you are in Dubai, let's talk. Also, we have e-gamings and second emerging tech summit happening in Saudi Arabia and UAE back to back. So without further ado, please support us, appreciated in everything we do. So we're kicking off our second MENA again. We're now back as strong as possible to get back in October results. The second MENA top 25 women in fintech, blockchain, and AI. If you know anybody, do nominate now. We really want your help so that we can get as much as we can more women, more leading women in this space. So here we go. Now that we're in the part of the news, what's happening in the crypto, what's the latest status, what's the latest update, what's happening and why things are, in this space. Why is it up? Why is it down? It's really interesting market as we speak. Things have shifted a lot. Bitcoin has been showing uncharacteristically low volatility lately, moving between 59, 63, and as we speak, it is 62.69 US dollars. So overall market is also in red, so people are not happy. But at the same time, there has been a lot of movement with other cryptocurrencies, where Solana has seen a drop of 77%, sorry for that. BTC itself around 2.4%, trading around 62 as we speak. Analysts are scratching their heads really to try to answer what's the reason, what's happening, but we're not really, through especially this week, there hasn't been much of a news or anything that take it up or down. But we're seeing bullish signs, despite that maybe short-term dip. There's some interesting signs for the future, according to other or many investment authorities or research papers or whatever. And this hopefully let it calm a little bit before we are seeing another uptrend and price surge soon. Originally, we predicted, or at least, this is a prediction, there's no science according to this. With all of the technical analysis that happens, still there's no science. But originally we sent a trend of upward, but that was toward end of 2024. Now, on the other news, let's move on and go to the BTC operator pleading guilty. We've seen a lot of blood in this. We've seen that there's money laundering issues happening with the BTCE operator in specific, so that we don't blame anybody else. It's a blow of that crypto regulation and a blow of the company, which is a Russian national, Alexander Vinik, one of the operators of now no more ceasing to exist or to work, a crypto exchange called BTCE. He pleaded guilty in the US for money laundering, and the prosecutor alleged BTCE processed more than $8 billion for criminals. So he pleaded guilty for this, and he's going to serve, I think, a long sentence. We've seen also last week's sentence for CZ for 3 months, so that is fine, because we're seeing more regulation jumping in. We've seen also, if I'm not mistaken, Robinhood also being kind of fined by the SEC. So there's a lot of bad negative vibes still by the US regulator and SEC towards crypto, where other nations are really embracing more and more how things are working and the crypto regulations, trying to make it as a hub, whereas the US is maybe going into that space where it's killing the innovation, but then later on, hopefully, that will be, if you want to play or you want to have a license, then all of the players are, licensed and so on. So with that news, we'll go to our third news, which is a public notice, and this is very important. So the public notice is in compliance with CBN Directive, Chinese Banking National Authority, that OPay prohibits any cryptocurrency and all virtual currency trading. And at the same time, this is happening in Nigeria. They are moving for another crypto ban, that they don't want to, deal with any crypto. Remembering or reminding you that they also held the CEO of Nigeria, of Binance Nigeria. He's in captivity without any fair, fair trial or anything. And we've seen yesterday Richard Tang calling for his release, but unfortunately there's a big ban. And then I don't know what is happening in this space, but the Country Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC of Nigeria, seems to be backtracking on its December 2021 stance and is working on new regulation that may restrict peer-to-peer trading as a whole. So with the release of, I think, the Inaira, which didn't really take off, They want to control the financial situation. I know it's a very rich financial country, but in the same time, it has that in between where people are hungry, but in the same time, there's others that are multi-billionaires. So several Nigerian startup fintechs are already blocked crypto trading on their platform because of those regulation, and they are afraid to be, taken to jail. But let's watch the story closely as it unfolds. Yeah, and we move on to last but not least. Last but not least, let's highlight the story. Here we go. So, what's the story of what's happening in the space? Why is the space happening? What's the latest? It's been kind of unfortunate story that Metacomp and Bossera International are teaming up to introduce the Bossera Hashkey Capital cryptocurrency ETF to investors worldwide. So here we're talking about the Chinese, I think Hong Kong in this space in specific. They will be releasing this towards their global market. So if you are an investor and you'd like to go into the world of ETFs, and remembering that I think Hong Kong ETFs are different than the US ETFs, where US ETFs are strictly on Bitcoin, where on the Hong Kong ETFs, they have added also Ethereum. So if you're interested to trade ETFs from anywhere in the world using Metacomp and Hashkey Capital, this is your chance to start if you're not a resident of the US. So with that, we'd like to take some questions. If there are any, I'll be more than happy to kind of take questions. Meanwhile, I'm here in the back end just doing a small minor test with this new platform. It's a new platform for me. So today, sorry about all of this technical issues, but here we go. So let's move on. If you have any question in this space, I'll be more than happy to take it. I'm just checking if there's anything as we speak. There's one from Lama Maluli. Here we go. Let me highlight it. Lama is asking about great episode. I want the ETF website. Sure, I'll try to get it before I end this episode. I think it's very interesting for to understand where and how you can definitely trade onto this. So I'll try to get it soon. I have to follow Metacomp SG, and then from there we will check out the news. I'm gonna pass by the Twitter handle. This is Singapore and Hashkey ETFs. All right, here we go. Did they share anything in terms of link? No, I don't think so. But I advise you to, I'm gonna share it here. I advise you to follow Twitter Metacomp SG and try to follow the news. And then also, if there's any news, we'll try to put it in the comment section in the YouTube itself. Meanwhile, I guess no news is good news by John. Yes, John, I hope so. It's a critical time for anything related to crypto in this space, and especially for us, it's about always the fraud aspect of things. I really hate fraud. I myself was involved in different fraud on myself or somebody related to me. There's a fake profile right now as we speak who is trying to imitate me. So watch out if you are, I just received letters over letters or screenshots over screenshots of people falling or replying and then later on sending to me, is this you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? So really strange. Let's see how it unfolds. So now, before I finalize, if there's any final questions, I put the Twitter in the chat, so you can take it. I'll put it again in the comment section. Ali says, where is SEC going? Well, you have to ask Gary Gensler. Talking about Gary Gensler, I love this. I think we still do have that nice video of Gary Gensler, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check with this new interface. Sorry for that, but things changed a bit for me and how we are. Let's try this. No. I don't know. I cannot get the video. Is it still here? This is we have Pizza Bitcoin Day happening soon. I'll be in Dubai also celebrating the Pizza Bitcoin Day with Binance itself. So make sure to be available. It's gonna be a nice event. I think it's gonna be a super nice event. So one last second. Let me try again if I can get it or not, because I used to have it. Let me see with this. Hopefully, Gary Gensler. That's it. Let me show you Gary Gensler.
It's very hard to turn an idea into a successful product. There are a lot of steps in between, and it takes
Sorry about it. Was not Gary Gensler. That was AWS owner. Here we go.
The most popular digital assets and powers the Ethereum blockchain. Back in 2018, then SEC Corporation Finance Director Bill Hinman stated that he believed Ether was not a security. Last month, CFTC Chair Benham expressed his view that Ether is a commodity. The State Attorney General of New York asserted in a court filing last month that Ether is a security. Clearly, an asset cannot be both a commodity and a security. Do you agree?
Actually, all securities are commodity under the Commodity and Exchange Act. It's that we are excluded commodities. But I would agree that a security cannot be also an excluded commodity and an included commodity. I'm sorry, Chair, just to talk about the Commodity Exchange Act more precisely.
Okay, so do you recognize, how would you categorize Ether then?
Look, I think that the general sweep of what Congress did, not just in the 30s, but as amended.
I'm asking you, sitting in your chair now, to make an assessment under the laws as exist. Is Ether a commodity or a security?
Without speaking to any one.
I know you've repeatedly said you're not going to speak to one, except you've spoken to one, Bitcoin. So I'm asking you to speak to a second one, the second largest market cap here.
And speaking to the tokens, there's 10 to 12,000. If there's a group of entrepreneurs in the
I'm asking
middle
about
that the
one.
public is anticipating a profit based on the...
I'm asking you a specific question, Chair Gensler. I said this in private. This should be no shock to you. I'm asking this question. Is Ether a commodity or a security?
And again, it depends on the facts and the law, and if there's a group of individuals...
I'm asking you about the facts and the law sitting in your seat and the judgment you are making.
And so, Mr. Chair, I think you would not want me to prejudge because I'm also...
But you have prejudged on this. You've taken 50 enforcement actions. We're finding out as we go, as you file suit, as people get Wells notice.
Yeah, so we're still in that same boat. I guess that was maybe a year ago. So we're moving as you're going. So there's nothing definitive about the strategy of how the SEC or the US is taking the world of crypto. I hope I was able to answer you, Ali, because this is kind of key definition or key aspect of this and then how it works. Unfortunately, the way it is going, it is still ad hoc, as we are seeing. So with that, I'd like to wish you a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Welcome to another episode of May, and have a good one. Invest safely, and most importantly, don't fall scam in a scam, and like and share. Bye-bye.